You're looking chipper today, Carl?
Very excited, Jamie. We started dropping the ceiling, running cables through. See, we've got rock wool on the inside, but I'm more excited about something else.
What? Something to do with the building?
Look down, mate. Oh, boy! Epic croc montage. That was actually tiring. What's going on, guys? It's Cal here from Sabers. We're in episode 20 of the warehouse vlog. Jamie, can you believe it's been 20 episodes? Filming every couple of weeks. What's that, 40 weeks that we've been filming? Crazy. We're standing in the packing and dispatch area now. And as you can see behind you, Jamie, most of the rock wool has now been used. We've been cutting up slabs of it, putting it into the ceiling, insulating that, but it also provides some sound dampening as well. So it's kind of two birds, one stone situation. We've dropped the ceiling slightly with that MF system that my dad mentioned in one of the previous episodes. We've caught Craig again. He's going, he's hard at work doing his thing. These red cables that you can see here are for the fire alarm. They have to be fire rated. And we've been running those cables because it is a wired system. But we've also got some power cables going through as well, because if you look closely, Jamie, in the metal frame system, there's these little gaps, these linear gaps, and that's for our recessed linear lights. We have ordered the lights. It cost a blimmin' arm and a leg. But we've ordered them. One of the last biggest expenses that we've had, they're in production now. We've been told 4 to 5 weeks to get the back boxes. Once those back boxes go in, we can put the boards on the ceiling, the plasterboard, and start to plaster them in. Can't wait to get that started. If you look above Craig's beautiful head, one of the aircon units is on the wall. So the aircon guys are here from Prestige Air Limited. That's them there. That's Matt and his better looking brother, I think. According to my dad anyway. So they've been running all the cables for the air cons, drilling some unnecessarily large holes according to my dad, but they've been doing a great job anyway. Matt actually done the air con in the house and he's done a brilliant job, so I'm super happy with that. I'm no longer running hot at night. We've also got some data cables that are coming through, these orange ones hanging down here. We're gonna put these on the rails. They're all ready for those sockets. Out here, we've also been putting the rock wool in the ceiling, so this is all prepared. Alton done a brilliant job in getting all of that ready. Again, cables hanging everywhere, ready for things like our video doorbell chime, CCTV camera, and also the fire alarm system. The guys from Prestige are making use of this long passageway in the warehouse to run their copper pipes in the pipe lagging. You can see a big pile of it behind me here. Essentially, it gets tied together, and they run those out with the cables to all the different outlets for the air conditioners. It helps because it's a bit stiffer, obviously. You've got copper tubes in there, so they can make use of this long space to sort of prepare everything for running it through around the warehouse. Dad's having a chat with him now. We've also got some of the aircon systems down here ready to be installed once the pipes are all prepared. So we're using that as a bit of storage until we get everything ready, because once it's all done, all the units get mounted. We've got some floor mounted, we've got some wall mounted. Dad's sort of running around doing bits and bobs in his lovely white loafers, and Engie's working hard in the fire exit area. We've done our aircon in the 3D printing room as well. You know, 3D printers are like little radiators almost sometimes. If you've got a heated bed running, it can get a bit hot in here. If we've got a day where we're printing loads of prints and we're gonna be taking off the support material in here, we want it to be a little bit cooler. We've got one of the aircon units on there with the outer casing off. It actually looks a little bit like a droid in a way when you think about it.
Like a C3PO in episode 1.
I beg your pardon, but what do you mean, naked?
Exactly. It's our little C3PO air conditioning. C3 AC. You see what I did there?
No.
Okay. We've also left these areas open because we're waiting for the lights. We're so eager to get them because we want to board everywhere up to be able to start plastering, but we have to wait for those back boxes. It is what it is. The guys at Lighting Zone did say they'll try and get it done for us as soon as possible. So I've got to be patient. I've got plenty of work to do anyway. So for the 3D printing room, this is pretty much it. We've got some holes also on the other side of the wall for the condenser unit for the AC. Everything will be hooked up once everything's ready, and we'll let the guys at Prestige Air take care of that and get this room nice and cool for when we start working in here. I actually forgot, Jamie, to even talk about this last time when I was walking through it in the last episode, but this is our entranceway into the mezzanine. I completely forgot that we can't just have an open entrance into a stairway. It needs to be a fire-rated enclosure. So there is going to be a nice little custom door here, which will be in a similar fashion as to what's in the corridor on the first floor, just around there. So we're going to do like a little Star Wars cladded door. That'll work quite nicely. We've also been running some of the sockets in the mezzanine. We've got these under table, under desk sockets that we put in at low level because we want to have our desks there. We did decide to put some sockets on this side as well anyway. Now, obviously, we've got quite a bit of low headroom here, And we're actually probably going to use this area for storage, perhaps some inbuilt cabinets for, you know, when we get samples or we're developing something, we might want to keep this in here. It's still a good idea to put some sockets there anyway for future, kind of future-proof ourselves in case we need to take some of those units out. And then we've also put the sockets on the rear wall where the Death Star window is, because we're just going to have some worktops here. So if we want to plug in, I don't know, test with some equipment like an oscilloscope or something that requires power, bench power supply, we've got a worktop there to do some testing, sockets there at the ready, and we'll be good to go. Again, we've ordered the lights like I mentioned before. They're going to be in the shadow gaps around the mezzanine area. So the light will be facing downwards to where you're working. And of course, we're going to have desk lamps on the desks so that we've got some more precise lighting for things like soldering, stuff like that. And that for the mezzanine is the progress that we've made so far. Actually, just forgot the cables, the data cables. So we're gonna have a CCTV camera there, which is, you know, power over Ethernet, PoE. And we've also got an access point that's gonna be here, which is just like a little white dome, and that emits an internet signal so that we have like almost like a mesh network system around the building to spread that Wi-Fi signal around. Storage again for some air conditioners and our trusty little coffee stand. In the mezzanine, we've run more cables again. We've got some cables for some square downlights that are going to go in here. We weren't going to put lights in there before, but we changed our mind. Again, we've got some of the fire-rated cables hanging there, which are going to be in between the linear lights, so that we're going to have one of our sounder beacons there. Mustafa has kindly been closing off some of the edging around the steels. This is starting to look a bit nicer, looking pretty good. And we've got our spur here for the automatic Star Wars sliding doors. Quite exciting, because next week the guys are going to come in to start putting the door liners in for our corridor design, and they might actually bring up some more stuff to prepare this area and get it ready. So guys, we're getting close to that time where the set is going to be going into place. As soon as we get those back boxes, they're going in there, we're boarding the rest of it, plastering it up and getting that flipping set in. To the hallway. How did you get... Anyway. We're in the media room, the content room, the photo video studio, whatever you want to call it. A little bit echoey in here because it's nice, clean, tidy. We've put some plywood down. This means we're getting ready to do the flooring, but inside this room, there's going to be sockets in the floor. So I've given the floor socket layout plan to the guys so they can cut and put those floor sockets in. Because there's actually going to be no lights in here, we do have the skylight obviously, but in terms of lights in the apex, there isn't going to be in here because we're going to have manual freestanding lighting in here to be able to set up our shots properly and configure the lighting to suit whatever we're shooting or photographing, whatever that may be. We've also put 2 sockets here with internet access points, the Ethernet sockets, because if people want to do video editing in here, the desks can be there, their computer setup can be there, and we can actually edit the content where we're shooting it, you know? So it's pretty cool that we can do that. For this little overhang, I actually wanted to have a shadow gap in this entire room, but my dad made a good point and mentioned that this side isn't mirrored to that side. So Jamie, if you have a look at that part of the wall, it's not the same as it is on this part. So having a shadow gap wouldn't really work. It actually saves us money and it saves us time. So we're just gonna put square downlights here. So if I wanna come in, if I've left my phone in here or something like that, I can just flick the switch on, downlights come on, and I can see the room a little bit better because obviously we don't have the linear lights in the top. Another little C3 AC up here. How rude. That's all been hooked up and that'll be going out to the condensers outside. And we've also got the fire alarm cable in here as well because we need a sounder and beacon in every room. That's everything that we've done for the photo and video studio, but this will probably be the first room that we plaster because we'll get those square spotlights pretty quickly from the lighting company and we can get this area ready. The electricians also had a pretty cool idea of having one switch for the lights that I mentioned there, but also another switch that is connected to the ring of floor sockets. So let's say I've set up all my shots, so I've got my regular lighting set up, and instead of going around turning off each light, I can just come here, flick the switch, and all of those floor sockets turn off. So when I want to come back in here, I can flick one switch and everything comes on just as I had it before. Pretty clever, I must say. There's another room that's been boarded, Jamie. Follow me. Mum's office has now been boarded as well. We've got the floor mounted AC unit sitting here. You can see some of the cables that are being run in from downstairs. More boarding, more data cables up there in the apex, fire rated cables. There's been a murder, Jamie.
There's been a murder.
Someone killed a screwdriver. Is my office done yet? No, so my office isn't done just yet. It started, which we can see. Some of these patches on the floor are actually wood preserver because we need to put wood preserver down before we put the plywood on, just to preserve the wood, duh. And we've got some of these copper pipes coming through for my AC unit in my office, and we've plywood the bathroom. I have already started creating my basket for the bathroom suite. We've chosen the shower enclosure, we've chosen the shower tray, vanity unit, toilet, everything like that. And it's gonna be a really nice layout, you know? It's gonna be quite nice and neat. It's gonna be a pretty decent shower, to be fair. We've ordered the kitchen. The kitchen's locked in. We've just got to give them a delivery date. The worktop that I've got is called Trillium. It looks like the surface of Mustafa. It's like volcanic. It's orange bits going through it. And I thought this isn't gonna be some traditional grey neutral kitchen that you see in a lot of these new modern builds of like residential housing. Let's do something different. Let's do something unique. So we've got this Trillium worktop that's gonna be going all the way around here. We're gonna have our fridge freezer up here, little air fryer, induction hob. We've also got a nice little sink in the middle here, units above, and we've got a little breakfast bar that will go there as well, and we can look out the window when we have breakfast. Storeroom wise, all insulated again. See those rock wall slabs in there. We've done some of the insulating in the walls, again, rock wall in between. Storeroom, nothing really crazy goes on in there. We actually do have to put our remote emergency pack in there for the lights from the bathroom, because the emergency lights can only be held within a certain length of the linear line. So we've got two 400mm lights in the toilet, and we can't fit the emergency packs in there, so we're going to put them on the other side. So having this storeroom was actually essential. Can't wait to cook some breakfast in here. Why has he done that? What is that for? I don't even know. For all my DIY builders out there, you think it's hard hooking up NeoPixel connector speaker and having tidy wires? Have a look. Look at this. Look at all these blimmin' wires. Up here, data. Look at all the ones going up in that corner, Jamie. Right there. Yeah. So much. And this all has to be connected to one central point. So Chris from Customised, the guy doing all our data stuff, you've got your work cut out for you, mate. But I wish you the best of luck. They're back, Jamie. They're either back because they really like us, or it might have something to do with the massive jar of birdseed right next to him.
That's probably it.
So guys, thanks as always for watching. We really appreciate it.
Cal, weren't you going to shout out Matt's company? You said you were going to...
Oh yeah, guys, if you need to get any air conditioning, you can go and contact Prestige Air for all of your air conditioning needs. So make sure that you don't forget that.
That's a bit Cal. Do
Is
you
it?
like a jingle or something?
A jingle?
Yeah.
Okay, if you need aircon that's priced real fair, you can contact Prestige Air.
You didn't rehearse that at all?
No, not at all. Thanks as always for watching. We really appreciate it. If you haven't subscribed yet, make sure that you subscribe. We want you to follow along on our progress and see this building to the very end. So, thanks very much for watching. I will catch you guys in the next episode. Peace. Get his outfit, Jamie. Look at that. Absolutely piss poor. White loafers, black dress socks, flannel shirt and shorts. You'd think he fell out of his wardrobe.
Cal, this is Star Wars prop.
Yeah, boy.
I don't mind if you're falling.
What?